Hello there my food connoisseurs. Today I'm going to show you how I make my world famous sourdough. This is the sourdough that we'll be making. I prepared one here before. It has a lovely texture, a wonderful crumb, wonderful crust, and it's by far the best bread that I've ever tasted, and anyone who ever tastes it confirms that it is the best bread they've tasted. I've taught it to quite a few people, my father included. So the first part of the process is very simple. We're going to take some flour. I use whole grain spelt flour. It doesn't really matter what brand, it's just whole grain organic spelt flour, and a sourdough starter. As you can see, it's nice and bubbly. It enjoys the drink itself. It smells like beer. If it smells like beer, you got it right. And in another video I'm going to explain how to make the starter, but today we're just going to start the bread. So we're going to take a cup. This is half a cup, and we're going to take some flour and put it in the bowl. Since I'm going to make a large loaf, I'm going to put in 2 cups of flour. Half, 1, 1.5, and 2. Basically all you need is some flour, some water, and the starter. And then we're going to leave that to bubble and rise for about 10 hours. We need some water. The water needs to be warm but not too hot, and we're going to mix it into the flour. Okay, all we need is a spoon. If I put in 2 cups of water, I'm going to put in 1.5 cups, 2 cups of flour, I'm going to put in 1.5 cups of water to make it not too runny. One cup of room temperature water. It's probably going to be hot enough. You don't want to be boiling, because if it's boiling it will kill the starter. Okay? This warm water. I'm going to mix the mixture, homogenize it really nicely. The watery medium helps the yeast and the lactobacilli multiply. If it's too dry, that they don't have the medium in which to travel to the flour. The starter has all the good bacteria, the lactobacillus and the yeast, that's going to eat the flour and start transforming it. Okay. Now that we have the flour bed ready, we're going to, it's not too hot, fantastic, we're going to add the starter. I'm going to put all the starter in nicely. That's it. And mix it in thoroughly to make sure that the yeast gets as much exposure to the flour and the water as possible, and start fermenting all the flour. That's going to be the base for a wonderful bread, which we're going to make later on when the starter starts bubbling and becoming active. Now an important part is to cover it with cling film so it doesn't dry out. If it dries out, then the process slows down a lot. Okay. I'm going to bring some cling film. by cleaning the edges so that it doesn't dry out. Makes kneading easier because I do the initial part of the kneading in this bowl. I don't have a baker's board as such. I do the initial kneading in this board, makes it easier. Now we cover it with cling film. And it's ready to rest. We're going to put this bowl into a warmish place, not naturally warm, just room temperature, to wait for about between 6 and 8 hours. We're going to show it to you when it comes out. It's going to be nice and bubbly. That's it. That concludes the first part of making a sourdough. It's the simplest part. Next time we're going to show you how to knead it and prepare the loaf. And that's it.